Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're listening to LuvBay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. You're listening to the England Rogers Sports Hour on another Saturday, another wonderful Saturday here in TO and the GTA area. I'm not sure what's the weather like where you are, but we're thankful for another day and happy to be here with you. As usual, there's lots of sports on the go today. There is for those soccer fans, or football fans as I would call it, you would be happy to know that the Premier League has started yesterday, and good results for the defending champions. And in the end, I must say, good results for them in the end. And West Indian cricket fans, you're smiling. West Indies finally got a series win over Pakistan after 33 years. Wow, that's a long time. I didn't realize that so long ago that West Indies hadn't won a series against Pakistan. And I guess the West Indians are smiling, but not a lot of time to celebrate for them because as soon as that was done, a couple days later, CPL, the cricket played louder, the greatest party in sport, whatever you want to call it. The CPL started and the action has lit up already, and we'll get you to some results on that. Formula One, not much happening there on the summer break. Tennis, wow, Cincinnati, top two women's seeds are out, so we'll talk a bit about that. And the Blue Jays, still doing well, still going well, and playing good baseball, keeping Torontonians happy. So we will talk about those things and keep you up to date on what's happening with sport. Again, I'm expecting Manali to join us a little later on in the show. And but I'll start off first with the Premier League. The Premier League started yesterday with a win for Liverpool coming from, well, actually they were up front 2-0, and then that game actually just turned. At halftime it was 2-2. Full time though, Liverpool got a couple of goals. In the end, they were up 2-0. In the 37th minute, they had Nketiah, TK, he scored, then Gakpo, 49th minute, and they were up until halftime. They were 1-0, and then Semenyo actually had a double for Bournemouth, and he brought it back to 2-2. But in the end, goals by Salah and Chesa took them over the Bournemouth to a 4-2 lead. With some of the fans for Bournemouth probably were thinking we're going to hold this team to a draw, and Liverpool was a bit worried, but in the end, it turned out pretty good. The sad thing about this game, though, is the fact that this racism stuff still comes up because the game was stopped for a bit after Semenyo. He was had some racial chants against him, and it is not a good thing. We're thinking the racial abuse against players would have done. We saw it in the England women's team when one of the players reported racial abuse and she's cut off of social media. But here again, the first game at Anfield, they were having problem when the fan, a 47-year-old man, was ejected from the crowd for racial chants or racial abuse towards player, and that should stop in this day and age. But sometimes you wonder, things are just going around in a circle, and it's getting worse than what it was back in the past. So something to look forward to, see how it progresses or how it diminishes during the season. Hopefully it goes the other way and we won't be going through that throughout the season because it's not a good thing. Very poor, actually, to see these things happen in the, especially when you have black players playing in every team probably throughout the world. And every time there's a team that's not doing well, for some reason, it goes towards the black player, whether or not that player is at fault or did something, didn't, so it's really something that we have to look at and hope that it stops, because it's not good. It's not a good look, and we don't want to see it happening anywhere in the world in any sport. But but it's more prevalent, seem to be, in soccer. But anyway, in the end, Liverpool 4-2 over Bournemouth. In the early game today, it was Aston Villa and Newcastle 0-0 full time. And games currently underway, just in the early stages, 6-7 minutes maybe in those games. Brighton and Hove Albion and Fulham 0-0. All games are 0-0. Sunderland playing West Ham United. Tottenham Hotspurs play Burnley. Tomorrow we'll see Chelsea and Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest and Brentford, and Manchester United and Arsenal. Wow, what a game to start. Theo would probably be glued to his TV tomorrow for that Arsenal and Manchester United game. But so far, the champions have come out the gates leading. Can't talk about, they're leading the tables, but nothing to talk about. But we will see how they progress throughout the season. So kudos to Liverpool for coming out and winning that first game yesterday, starting off Premier League on the right foot and winning. So we'll keep you up to date by the end of the we'll have at least halftime scores. It shows only for an hour, but we'll give you the scores as to where they are at that time during the show. We move on to Major League Baseball, where the Blue Jays are having a good time and they're winning, which is good. They're now 5 games ahead, 6.5 of Red Sox, 6.5 ahead of the Yankees. So Blue Jays fans will be very happy to know that their team is doing well. And Vladdy finally seems to be like his bat is heating up, and he got a couple of home runs recently. So Blue Jays 6-5, a close one yesterday over the Rangers, but still it's a win for the Blue Jays. And those of you who are keeping an eye on the Blue Jays, we always like a winning team. So every time Toronto teams win, we are quite happy and we say, hey, this is going to be the year, and let's just hope that Blue Jays can make us happy and win another championship. It will be so fantastic if they can do so. So we'll keep continuing to watch the Blue Jays and how they progress, and keep you updated on the Blue Jays progress for sure to a world championship, hopefully this year. We'll now move on to some tennis scores and some tennis. As I mentioned at the start of the show, a little disappointing in the tennis for me personally, because the 2 top seeds are out of the women's. Surprisingly for me to see Sabalenka getting beaten 6-1, 6-4 by Rybakina. And every time I look at these games and I look at the scores, Swiatek always seemed to win 6-3, 6-4 very easily. Sabalenka, she had a tough time, as I said. And the other person who had a tough time last night was the second seed, Coco Gauff. She won the first set 6-2, but then ended up losing 6-4, 6-3. So it's 2-6, 6-4, 6-3. But Paolini over Coco Gauff seemed to be something that Paolini seemed to be having the upper hand whenever it comes to Coco recently. And the other games last night, the other quarterfinal, we got Kudermetova. She was over Gacheva 6-1, 6-2. And those players are now in their semifinals. And we look forward to Cincinnati semifinals coming up pretty soon. In the men's side, Ben Shelton lost to Serres, not surprising, 6-2, 6-2. Alcaraz over Rublev, 3-6, 6-4, 7-5. 6-3, sorry, 4-6-7-5 for Alcaraz. And yeah, it was very good to see. I'm always happy to see Alcaraz win because there's so much expected of Alcaraz, but he seemed to be not ever producing at the way we expect him in the tennis world. But one day I'm thinking he will play to his potential. There's all sorts of rumors as to why he doesn't play to his full potential, but I think he's such a great player. But so as long as there's other players in there, say like Sinner. When Sinner is there, then it's going to be always tough games between those two. And Sinner's already gone through the quarterfinal when he won over Felix Auger-Aliassime, the Canadian, 6-love, 6-2, very easy win for him. And as we said, we're looking for something from Shelton, but he lost his quarterfinal match as well. He played well. He won the Canadian Championships recently. Sometimes it's so tough coming off a championship in one country, heading back to the other, and then expecting the same results. People always think, okay, you won, you're in good form. There's no reason for you losing, but sport is tough. If you can win one time and then the next time you are struggling to come back and win the next week. You're listening to the England Rogers Sports Hour on LuvBay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And there's something that we don't talk about a lot here. And I know Roger is a big fan of and horse racing. And today is going to be the King's Plate. I don't know how you feel about it. It used to be the Queen's Plate for many years until King Charles, but it seems a little awkward when you're saying the King's Plate instead of the Queen's Plate. But it is what it is, and we have to say it as it is. It's welcome, Manali, to the show.
Thank you, Ingle. Good morning.
Yeah. I was just saying, we're talking about the King's Plate that's replaced the Queen's Plate horse racing, and it's not. It doesn't come off the tongue as it says as smooth when you say King's Plate.
I'm still not used to God Save the King.
That's so true. It's so.
I think
true.
it's been God Saves the Queen for so long, and even the coins. I don't think I'm ready to see the King on there yet. She left such a legacy, though, didn't she? Incredible legacy.
Yeah, she did, and even when you speak of the law profession, used to be hearing that this person is a Queen's Counsel, but now you hear the King's Counsel.
King's Counsel, yeah.
It's just not. It's not just the same. But the King's Place go this afternoon, and it's a big thing in the horse racing because people just go all out. I mean, I don't think you can get a ticket for Woodbine at this point. If you didn't have a ticket already, I think it's going to be tough for you to get in. So, good luck if you want to try and get in there. And do you do you bet on any of the team on the horses?
I don't bet at all.
At all.
I think people who have good luck should. I'm not one of those. So it's best if I save the money that I have because.
I think that's the best thing because the horses are all 3-year-olds, and it's supposed to. Well, it is the premier horse race in Canada. I've been to the Woodbine, but I've never been to the Queen or King's Plate. So I watch it on TV because I mean the build up just for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean there are other horse races and stuff, but the build up just for that 1 minute is really something else for sure.
It's also even the money involved is insane, isn't it?
It is insane. And trying to see if I can find the names of the horses who are running, but who is the favorite? but I'm not seeing that right now. But yeah, it's going to be very, very good race. I'm sure Roger is following it at the moment. I'm sure Jason, our old partner at the other station, he is probably working there too doing the show. And it's something that he enjoys. Horse racing is his thing. And it's just not mine. I just like it for. I've actually bet on horse racing once and I won.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I'm surprised you didn't do it again.
No, I was actually in England when I did that, and a friend of mine, we were talking about it, and he asked me. He says, "You got to bet on one of the horses." So I went through and picked a horse, and it came in second. And he was arguing like, "How did you pick that horse? How come I'm doing this for years and I've never?" I said, "I just thought it's the turn because it kept that horse in particular. I can remember it kept coming fourth, fifth, third. I said, no, this is horse time, and so I bet on it, and I was lucky.
It's an underdog story.
Yeah. So, but everyone who is interested in the Queen's Plate, they can watch that this afternoon, and good luck to all the owners of the horses and the jockeys, and wishing them all the best.
I don't know if you remember, we had a player by the name of Vado years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She was a short Guyanese girl.
Okay.
She owns a horse for horse racing. I don't know if she still does or not, but she was heavily involved in horse racing and horse training and everything that goes into it.
Oh. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and I mean, we've heard of trainers, different people getting in trouble for the special things that they do to the horses, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, have you ever been to the horse races?
I haven't.
Okay.
I went to some track. I don't even remember where it was, but it was attached to a casino somewhere remote. And I can't for the life of me remember where this place actually was, but it was set up for horse racing. There weren't any races that day, but pretty interesting setup.
It is actually, and there's so much. I mean, people go there and they don't just go to watch the race. They go into the paddock to see the horses when they're warming up, how they look. That's what one guy told me. You have to see how they look when they're warming up, see how they're moving and stuff, and then you place a bet on the one. So there's some sort of science to it, I guess, some method to the madness, but I don't know it, so I will stay away from betting on horses. So those of you who are interested in the King's Plate, it goes today, and I will probably watch it later on, but I'm not gonna be that into it that if I miss it, that I'll see the highlights later on today, I'm sure.
What time is it on at?
I think it's at 1 o'clock is the start time, but it's that the race is before that. It's before the main event, but the whole program starts at around 1 o'clock. So it starts at actually 12:45. 12:45 today. Post time is 12:45. So if you want to head down the highway, you still have time after the show. You're listening to the England Rogers Sports Hour on LuvBay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio with me is Manali Patel. And Manali, before I started the show, I was talking about just giving a summary about some of the things that we talk about. And we're going to talk some cricket because history was made, and I didn't even realize it's that long that West Indies hadn't beaten Pakistan in an ODI series.
Right.
33 years.
I saw
Didn't
that.
seem, didn't seem real,
No.
and
34 years
so,
between the last ODI series.
wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. It is crazy. And but what a win for West Indies, though, because they needed it. There's
Yeah.
so much negativity
Hmm?
about West Indies cricket. They just lost the series 3-0, 2-1. Sorry, the T20s, the series, the format that most people think they're best at, and they lost that
Yeah.
2-0, 2-1. Sorry, and then come into the ODIs where everybody thought, well, they lost the first game, and everybody thought, okay, here we go again. And but they were able to turn it around
Yeah.
and win. And it was the last win. It was a typical Pakistan. It was convincing. The highest margin West Indies have won ODI at home, and it was a Pakistan. Pakistan is a team that they're so good one day, and you know that a meltdown is coming, and they were bowled out for 92 in that final game after West Indies scored 294.
But they're also one of the sides who have had some problems recently, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
They've struggled with their playing 11s, with their squads. They've struggled with consistency as a whole. And I mean, they're one of those teams that has a massive fan base, but you see them at the World Cups, they're just not able, something's not clicking with them for them to be able to turn that rut around.
Yeah, something is not definitely not clicking with them, but both teams are actually looking to do well, and for some reason,
Hmm.
um, it could have been anybody's game,
Yeah.
So, and one of the things I wanted to ask, I mean, you played cricket, you didn't do a lot of, we didn't have a lot of touring like then, but what is it about a player playing at home versus away? Because I want to give an example of the Casey Carty. He just had a fantastic season. He's averaging uh, 53.42 in ODIs away
Hmm.
and 39 at home. So, what is it? Something at home that you think that at home you play better, but are you more nervous when you're playing at home?
Yeah, I also think when you're away, you're able to concentrate a little bit better on what you want to be concentrating on. Whereas when you're at
Mm-hmm.
home, you've got a lot of the home baggage that never really leaves you. When you're on the road, you can't help worrying about all like it won't matter what's happening at home. When you're away, it's you with the squad. It's you managing your time a little bit better as well, whether it's training, whether it's okay, time to rest my brain. I'm just going to go out and have a good time to relax. Whereas when you're at home, I find that responsibility factor, the baggage, and then also sometimes, I mean, let's face it, the West Indian crowd can be very hard to deal with. They're not they're not nice if you're not performing well.
That's just so true. And as much as you think that you're out in the middle or whatever, you hear the comments
Yeah,
because they're loud.
absolutely. You
Yeah,
do.
yeah. And they don't just say to their friend who's sitting next to them, they shout it out.
They shout it out.
So, yeah, so I can understand, yeah, because I mean, I was expecting quite a bit from Kati, who just came off of a series in England and Ireland, did well,
Yeah.
had 2 centuries, expecting, but he just hasn't done anything on this
Yeah.
tour. But Shea
Yeah, I
Hope,
just
actually, go ahead.
no, I just think when you're on the road, you don't have as much to distract you. At
Mhm.
least not from your day to day. You're there for that purpose of playing, and on your days off, you're pretty much turned off from the game. You're not really around it.
That is so true. I am of the opinion if you're a cricketer, you can bat your cricketer, but Shea Hope is, I guess, proving us it's not so because in Test cricket, there's something not going well for him.
Yeah.
But in ODIs. He's now the highest number of centuries for West Indies, and 18 in ODIs, just behind Brian Lara and Chris Gale. Chris Gale's got 25, Brian is 13. So some point soon, I'm sure he'll pass Brian Lara or equal, and then go for that 25, because he still have a lot of cricket left in him. And he just seems to be scoring century after century whenever it comes to ODIs. But then when you get into Test cricket, it's a different player.
Different ball game.
Yeah, different ball game for sure. So, and
he's only 31 years too, isn't he? He's got so many more years ahead of him still.
Yes. He has a lot of years ahead of him, and it's gonna be. I think he's gonna come out with so much. I think he's gonna pass Chris Gale eventually at 25, because he seemed to just enjoy batting in ODIs, and I can't see any reason why he wouldn't pass Chris Gale. But we'll see. Again, I'm just gonna quickly look and see his home and away. Again, at home he's 43.5, and at away he's 53. So I guess something, as you said, has to be the crowd. That and in a neutral venue, he's averaging 59. So
that's what it is, Ingle. We figured out the secret to West Indies doing well. You just can't play at home.
Go away, play somewhere outside.
Or I think there needs to be an intervention between the crowd and cricket, and just explain to them, listen, the boys, or not even just the boys, because I've heard this even at the women's games, the players just need more support.
Yeah, and the West Indian crowd is tough for real. They're tough for real. And so I could understand it's not easy playing at home. But one team that West Indies plays well against at home is England. And if you listen to the reasoning and stuff, and they talk about the people who colonized them and stuff like that. So it's just there's something within the West Indians that they feel you must beat England. So that's one of the teams that West Indies get pumped up about. But a good series, actually. A good T20. And Pakistan will feel good about the T20s going into the World Cup coming up next year. And West Indies will be a little happier in terms of the rankings, because they were in 10th position, which was outside of the automatic qualification for the ODI World Cup.
Yeah.
But they now moved up to, not far up, but number 9. But they're just behind England and above Bangladesh. So they have a lot of ODIs coming up. They've got India, which is going to be a tough series. In India, and they need to win a few more games to widen that 3-point gap that they have on Bangladesh, and they're 8 points behind England and another 11 behind Bangladesh. So they will be aiming to get there to make sure there's automatic. I don't think the World Cup is the same without a West Indies team.
Yeah, well, it's not, and it's sad that they've actually missed out on World Cups recently. It's not something that we would have anticipated coming. But they bring in so much excitement and enthusiasm, and just a very colorful, exciting group of people. They enjoy their cricket, and they bring a lot of that into the crowd. So you're right. It's just not the same without a West Indies.
No, and even the women need to have the women playing, and they're not playing in the. Is it the T20 World Cup? The 50 over World Cup, right? Was it?
They didn't qualify for it, so
so it's going to be tough to not see West Indies, but there's some rebuilding, and we will see how they go along. But besides West Indies, there's other series that South Africa and Australia just finished a series. T20 and this morning, actually, and Glenn Maxwell was, I guess, the one who.
He's just such a clutch player, isn't he? He was the key for Australia today, because they lost wickets so quickly, and it was that last wicket that they needed. They just couldn't close it. I watched I watched a bit of that second innings today, and he was on another level.
Mm-hmm. And he's done that. We saw him do that to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
And he's just something when he gets going. Scoring 62 in 36 balls today to help them to get across the line, 173 for 8. Clutch match. Getting it in. I thought they would have won the game earlier, though, because they needed 10 in 2, but they went right
They
down
lost
to-
so many wickets today, Australia.
Yeah.
But as soon as Maxwell got in, that was it. They couldn't pick up.
Mm-hmm.
And that was going to be the big. I mean, you look at the scorecard, and a decent start from Mitch Marsh and Travis Head, and nothing much to follow until Maxwell.
Yeah, a lot of single digits. Tim David, he got 17, but then only 4 batters in double figures. In South Africa innings too, it was just a few players. Dewald Brevis continues good form, 53 and 26. Yeah, but nothing much at the top with Markram getting out early. So, yeah, all the teams are playing cricket now. What T20s to try and get ready for the World Cup, see the best combinations. And both teams will go at it again coming up shortly in the ODI series, which starts on Tuesday. The first one's on Tuesday, the 19th. So it's good to see. They're not playing any tests, I don't think, in this series. They're just T20s and ODIs. So teams are just focusing on the shorter version at this point, getting ready for those World Cups.
I mean, I think South Africa's still on a high from their World Test Championship win. So they're like, it's all right. We don't really need the Test series yet. But
no, they're on high, and they now realize that they can win games, they can win championships, and they're probably going to be a tough team in the T20 World Cup coming up as well, because they now know what it is like to win.
Yeah.
And they will definitely go for a couple of wins there. We were talking a bit earlier about the West Indies, and the players didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that win over Pakistan because a couple of days later the CPL started, the biggest party in sport, cricket played louder, whatever you want to call it. But it started, and
I think it's more the biggest party where they play cricket.
Yes,
the other way around.
Mm-hmm. The biggest party, and St. Kitts actually got off to a good start for them because first time in 3 years that they've won at home. Can you imagine that? And where the fans still go out and support them.
At Warner Park.
At Warner Park, yeah. And it actually surprised at the low scores because Warner Park is one of the highest scoring grounds in the Caribbean. And Antigua, 121. And Kareem Magoy, he actually batted well. He played for the U.S. in the past. He was actually born in the U.S. He's from Antiguan parents, and he's now playing for the Antigua and Barbuda. It's interesting watching the game and listening to the goal of the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons is to have as many homegrown players as possible. So we've got Joel Andrew, Rakeem Cornwall came back from St. Lucia to Antigua. Kareem Magoy is there. And then you've got a few other guys sitting on the bench. I didn't realize that Jaden Seals actually transferred to Antigua as well. So it's not a bad team, but they just need to get it. The surprise for me, though, is thinking that they must be short on some batting is that Fabian Allen batted at number 5. So that was a bit of a shock to me. He didn't really bowl, so I'm just wondering if if he's playing as just simple as a batter nowadays, if he's got an injury, if he's not bowling much or something. But for him to come in, if Fabian Allen is going to play at 5, then I'd prefer to see another player there.
But they've now played 2 games in Warner Park, haven't they? I think
they played 2. They played yesterday. It was Guyana, Amazon Warriors against... But that game, you would have thought that Guyana was the home team if you watched the game.
A lot of support.
A lot of support for Guyana. And it's funny because not few, some years back, I was managing the Leeward Islands team, and we played Guyana in Antigua, and most of the crowd was Guyanese. So
They
it
come out
was
and
like
support, eh?
they do, they come and support, and they travel, they look at it, and they see, listen, they charter planes and stuff, especially for the CPL.
Yeah.
They charter flights and go
Wow.
to different places. But I don't know. Watching the game last night, it was a strange. Evan Lewis hit a boundary, pulled the ball to the boundary, and then had to retire hurt with a wrist injury. There's nothing about it that seemed to be that strenuous. But in the end of the discussions, the commentator said that he's had a problem with his wrist before, and so it was sad to see him. His only scoring shot, the boundary, and then he had to walk off the field. And the disappointment for me, and one of my friends actually posted it on social media, is that none of the Louis brothers, no one from St. Kitts period, is in the St. Kitts team. They're sitting on the bench, and I think when I look at the makeup of the St. Kitts team, that at least one of them is good enough or should be playing on a local team. So I'm not in favor of having teams in the country and there's no local players. There's not enough. It's supposed to help with the development of the sport and the country, and I don't. Well, I think you may know how I feel about CPL. It's not my best. I'm not the biggest fan for CPL. Not
it
because
just doesn't show any confidence in your players either, does it?
No, it doesn't show that. And a guy like Louis, I think Michael Louis, he needs to play more cricket, get his confidence. West Indies dropped him off the team, and now he's not even making his local team.
Yeah, I did see quite a bit of him at NCL last year. I mean, very different competition as a T10, but he can absolutely bat that man.
He can, and I think he just needs more opportunities, but he's not getting it. I mean, he's got another thing that I'd like to see with that team is a guy like Kyle Myers. I mean, he's batting number 3, but I like to see Alec Athanaze batting up in the order and not being put in a position where he's forced to go in and start hitting like a finisher. He's not that type of player. But a decent team. Jason Holder is there as the captain now. And Nazim Shah is something to watch, actually. He's young, but very quick. He bowls very fast, a good fast bowler. And he seemed to be enjoying. I think this is his first season, I'm not sure, at St. Kitts. But young 22-year-old, watch him running in. He looks pretty good.
He doesn't look 22, though, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Shocking that he's 22.
Yeah. He's well built, he's strong, and he's definitely one for the future if he keeps bowling. But Pakistan has not played him there are times when you think they've dropped him when you think that they would keep him in the team. But again, it's the politics of the sport in some countries. And I'm looking, but a good young player. St. Kitts actually has a good team, so I'm not sure why they're not winning. When you look at the names, Andre Fletcher, I mean, CPL for some reason he's always excels in CPL.
Yeah.
Kyle Mayers is pretty good as well. Riley Russo, good player. So I think they have some pretty good players in there. But the thing for me to see is happening is the development too of Shamar Joseph, because a few years back you would say not to play him in T20s, but he bowled well yesterday. He had 1 for 25 in his 4 overs. Imagine 6.25 and over is a great economy rate nowadays.
Well, the T20 game's just completely changed things, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. So I think, but if you watched the game last night, though, to see Ben McDermott strike the ball for the Warriors, 75 and 39, it was at a different level. He just seemed like he was playing on a different pitch face to the others because he was just hitting that ball And then to see Shea Hope to bat so well, he got 56 and 39. He was with McDermott for a while, anchored the innings, and then he went right through. And the good thing is that he stayed to the end, and he was not out. So concerns for me, guys like Shem and Hetmeyer, I think they need to do better. And you can't just come out and think you can smash it around from ball one because it's a T20.
He did really well at MLC this year, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He had some really good knocks in there, but
but
maybe it's the home pressure again, like you said.
Maybe.
Because he's capable. He's very capable.
Very capable. Very capable for sure. But he just maybe he likes the role of finishing and don't want to bat too high. He just wants to go in and smash it around. So maybe he wants just 5 overs, 6 overs, and just smash it, and he's happy.
Yeah.
So, but I think there's some games tonight. There's a game today as well. But the games have now shifted. I don't know if it's 2 games today or 1. I'll just check quickly in Antigua. Just the one in Antigua.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow there are 2 games. There's one at 11 a.m. in St. Kitts, and then there's a 7 o'clock in Antigua. They're lucky because there's a Hurricane Erin, I think, in the area, but it's passed by. So I think a bit lucky there for the players. So yeah, the CPL continues, the biggest party in sport. Have you ever been to a CPL game?
I haven't, not yet.
So you have to go to St.
It's on the list.
And put St. Kitts next to it.
I will. I mean, it was great being at Warner Park earlier this year.
Yes, that's right.
It was for the Super 50, but still.
The crowd there is amazing for the CPL. Yeah. So we will get you there one of these days. Maybe next year you'll be at CPL.
Hopefully.
Other games that are going on in terms of cricket, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, I think they just finished the series. And they played all formats, so we spoke about that I think last week. Bangladesh won the 3-match T20Is. Sri Lanka won the 2, and Sri Lanka won the Test match. Mm-hmm. Have you been following the 100? Because I've not been able to get into the 100. I'm not sure why.
I've watched 2 games for about 15 to 20 minutes. The scores have been a little all over the place for me, though. There've been some really low-scoring games.
Mm-hmm.
And then some games have been pretty decent. But it's very different, isn't it? Because the scoring is different in the bottom between how they're tracking the balls, 5-over balls, or 5-ball overs.
5-ball, yeah.
And then, even with the chase, they don't quite put up the total that you're at. They put up how many you've got left from how many deliveries. It's a slightly different scoring system, and the screen that they put up.
It's totally different, yeah.
It's different, yeah. I've watched a couple of games, but just little bits of them.
I've watched a few games myself, but not in, as I said, just little bits here and there. And they seem to be trying to do something else to get people interested because all the different colors and whatever they use.
Well, that is the one thing that really stands out, isn't it? They've made it so colorful. All of the uniforms are bright colors.
Yes.
But I suppose it's gaining attraction in some way because they've had a lot of changes in terms of ownerships, and they're looking for bigger owners. So I know some of the IPL teams are in talks. I think Seattle Orcas is also now involved with one of the teams. Was it Seattle Orcas or Washington Freedom? One of those two. So I'm assuming they're attracting enough, obviously, for these bigger owners to be interested in getting into the stakes for it.
Yeah, I think so. They're probably doing better as it go along and getting more sponsors and getting, I know there was some talk about getting all the IPL owners to be part of it. And
It's pretty interesting, though, isn't it, that you've got two fairly major tournaments on at the same time between the CPL and the
Hmm.
100.
Yes, it's very interesting to see that. You'd think that because some of the players who play in the CPL will definitely again go to this
Yeah,
100 and vice
yeah,
versa. So yeah, but again, it's a different tournament. It's a lot of teams because I think
yeah,
it's two divisions, right? Is it two divisions or one? One. It's 8 teams in it in the 100
yeah,
men's, and the same as the women, eight.
yeah. The same
Yeah,
teams for
same
the women.
teams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I was trying to explain. Someone was asking me about. It's very hard already to explain cricket.
And
Just someone is asking me to
it
explain
just
the
keeps
100.
changing.
And so I was talking about, as you just mentioned, the 5 balls, and they said, but I thought it was 6 for cricket. So
Yeah,
so I tried to say, okay, well, T20 is 120 balls. This is 100, so they take one off of each over. So yeah, it's different. Just watching the Southern Brave is actually playing currently
Mhm.
against the Trent Rockets, and the Southern Brave are 137 for 4 in 98 balls. Louis Deploy, he had 55. Jason Roy, he's 23, made 23. James Coles, another 22. And Laurie Evans, 1. I mean, it gives an opportunity to a lot of players, though, in England
yeah,
to get a chance to play at the highest level
yeah.
with some of the top players. So it's very good.
Did
Right.
you hear
Mhm.
about the change in the wide rule?
Yes, I was reading up on it last night.
Yeah,
It's a different because now if you move, they take a relationship to where the
yeah,
batsman, a relationship to where the batsman is standing before they give him. It's not, to me, it's not bad. One rule that I really want them to look at is the ball pitching outside the leg stump. Like, I don't know why that rule that you
yeah,
can't get leg before if it's pitched outside the leg
yeah.
stump. I don't know.
Especially for some of your spinners who can get that
Yeah,
turn and
yeah. So, because you can, once it pitched outside the leg stump, you basically can just
you're
stand up
done.
in front
Yeah,
of it
yeah,
and just not worry. Yeah, there's a few rules that are coming into place. Well, the 2 balls, but then after 34 overs, it's going to be one
yeah,
for the 50 over. And then I'm still trying to, I think I got it, but I'm just read the out of boundary catch has changed also. You can't, if you
yes,
contact the ball and you're outside, you can't throw it back in and come from outside. You have to touch it again from outside and get back in. It's a strange one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
If
I
it's
mean,
in
I
the
just
air.
feel like we're changing so many rules so often that, like you said, it's just hard to explain the sport to people. It's,
I think some,
I mean,
yeah.
even for us, if we're not in the sport and constantly updating ourselves with these rule changes, then it's really difficult. If someone's missed the last 2 years of cricket, they're going to come back and say, "Hang on,
Hmm.
when did this change?"
Yeah, there's so many changes that I just keep looking at it and thinking, I guess every time there's a meeting, they sit down and say, well, what can we tamper with today?
Yeah.
Because it's something new every time. But it's not, the game is already going okay. So,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't think we
batsmen,
need as many modifications,
no, I
really.
mean, batsmen are going to move. So, are you going to say because it's there, it's not a wide anymore? So
Yeah.
it is. I mean, it's even the wide down. I don't think every ball down the leg side should be a wide because
No.
there's a line as a guide.
Yeah.
Because you can try to flick a ball off the pad and miss it. It
Yeah.
shouldn't necessarily be a wide because of you missed it. So, but too many rule changes for me in cricket. But they all come in play. There's another one that I can't recall what it is exactly, but there's another one that's going to be trialed for with the tough test teams, I think. But yeah, there are too many rules, Manali, and I think it's just I don't know if it's going to get people turned off of the game or. Well, people still play, but
They
well, I
will,
think
but I just feel like if you're not religiously following the sport, then you will miss some of these rule changes. Is
mm,
it's a lot of rule. It wasn't. I think it's just been about 2 months that we had the catching changes at the boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another one too, wasn't there?
Yes, there's a
The
few.
ball,
And
the number of balls in a one day, was it?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm just looking. There's a concussion substitution now. You have to name who your substitute is
Beforehand.
beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of set of changes aim to address issues and inconsistencies that have arisen in recent matches. So that's the reason for the changes. But we'll see how they go, and hopefully they go well. So you're listening to the England Rogers Sports Hour with me, is Manali Patel. We've got a few more minutes left, Manali, and I just wanted to touch on something that I haven't gotten to been able to play with you yet, is a golf. And the BMW Championships, they changed the way that they played this year. Everybody started at 0, and Robert McIntyre, surprising leader. He's 5 shots ahead of Scotty Scheffler. He's at -14, and Scotty Scheffler is at -9. But I always have this theory with 2 days to go. Scotty Scheffler is just 5 shots behind. He's going to win, because I think he's just the best player in the world now. He loves to win. He hates losing. And it's going to be tough for a youngster like McIntyre not to feel pressured knowing that Scotty Scheffler is close to you. So it's going to be interesting golf today. And I'm going to watch some of that later this afternoon. The two of them go together especially. And I'm thinking he's probably going to be in awe of some of the shots that Scotty plays and probably throw him off his game. But let's see how tough the youngster is. And now he's Scottish. We'll see how well he played. Other notables that are close by, Arberg, he's at 8 under. Matsuyama is 7. So Rory McIlroy, who a lot is expected of, and we always expect so much of Rory, especially when he came in and people said he was going to be the next Tiger, but he's not lived up to it. He's at -4, so I think he's kind of out of contention. But some good games, some good golf to be played today, and I'm gonna spend some time watching and hoping.
I haven't had any time to watch any golf, but I did watch Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not watched that.
A lot of these guys were in the movie, actually. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, every time I go onto Netflix, it comes up, but I haven't watched it yet. But maybe it's something that I should watch.
Yeah,
I don't watch a lot of sports movies. I don't know why, but I've never really gotten into sports movies. And I've not even seen what was it? 82? Is it 82? The West. No, it can't be. The India winning the World Cup.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
I haven't watched that either.
I haven't watched that one. I don't watch a lot of movies to begin with, but Happy Gilmore 2 was pretty good. There's another soccer one, First Goal Wins.
Oh, yeah.
It's about American Samoa after their massive defeat against Australia in the qualifiers. I think it was like 73-0 or something like that, the score.
Right. Wow. And since we're talking golf, we shouldn't just speak about the men. The women are also playing, and we should talk about them. The Standard Portland Classic. Jagon Lee the fifth. I guess they have so many people with the same name, so they have to give them a 5 or a 4, whatever behind their name. She is leading at -12. Grace Kim, the U.S. Open champion, she's just one off the lead. She's on it, and Gurleen Kaur. That's a young Indian. She's USA, but I think she's Indian heritage. She's in 3rd position. And what I'm finding nowadays is a lot of young people are starting to play golf and get away from other sports. So you're seeing now, and young players are just taken to the other sports because now you can see so much. You have access to so much now that.
Yeah, and I think overall, just with the way media has grown and social media has grown, it's it's so much more visible than it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think the money aspect of it is also a big advantage. If you look at a lot of the other sports, the wallets aren't nearly as fat as they are with a golf or a tennis, right? So
That's so true. Yes. Yeah. I always say if I had a youngster to ask me what to do and to coach them, I'll tell them play a sports where you don't have to. Unfortunately, depend
yeah,
on your teammates. Play
yeah,
what you can. Sport like
100%. Yeah.
yeah, tennis, golf, whatever you want to play. But don't worry about team sports so much. Do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, recently I've seen a few Antiguan youngsters win scholarships to the USA
Mhm.
through golf. So
Yeah.
that's growing as well. Well, we've just got about 3 minutes and almost ready to wrap up. So just to give you some scores on the Premier League, the games are two games are still tied on Brighton, Hove Albion, and Fulham 0-0 at halftime. These are halftime scores, and Sunderland and West Ham 0-0, and Tottenham Hotspur over Burnley at halftime 1-0. So we will see. Richarlison has scored for Tottenham 1-0. We won't be able to give you the final scores, but we'll update you and talk about it next week. Thanks again for tuning in, and thanks for listening to us on the England Rogers Sports Show with Manali. And enjoy your weekend, everyone, and be safe and be good.